morning. Welcome again to Felixstowe TV. Sorry to confuse everyone with an earlier show today. Thanks to John Goodwin though for coming along. Now we've got our normal 10 o'clock slot, and I've got a lady here with me, Kate Wickens, that some of you may recognise. If you do, it may mean that you could have been injured in the past, because Kate is from the Felixstowe Physiotherapy practice. Yeah, she's a great lady. So we're just going to have a chat. Nice to meet you, and thanks for coming along.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate it. We've just been having a chat. You've been telling me that you've been doing physiotherapy for how many years? Do we want to touch on that?
22 years now.
22 years. And the Felixstowe Physiotherapy practice used to be
owned by,
Seaford?
yes, it did. It was owned by John Morgan
Right.
25 years ago, so we've been in town for a long time.
Yeah.
This is our third home. We've gone from the seafront to Walton House, and then we spent the last 5 years on the corner of Cobbold and Prince's Road, which
Right.
hopefully will be our final.
Hopefully that'll be your
our
final place.
home.
You'll
Yeah,
stay
we've got
there.
everything we need there.
Right. And you were telling me you're living in Narfleshire, but you trained actually
In Nottingham.
in Nottingham.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah.
what's training like with physiotherapy?
Really hard. It's a really intensive course. They've made it into a degree course, which years ago it wasn't, but it was a degree level course, but always done in 3 years because it's sponsored by the NHS. So we had to kind of get physios through quite quickly.
Oh,
So
I see.
first year is very, very intensive. It's all anatomy and physiology and end of year exams, and a lot of people fail at that point, and
they don't go on.
Yeah,
They don't go on.
yes,
So it's quite it's
is,
an
it
intense
is.
thing to get into.
It's a little bit like driving. When you qualify, you're safe, but not necessarily any good. And then you
Right.
get better as you know. As
And
you
is it like GP practice or medical practice, whereas there's updates? Do you have
all
to
the time?
continue?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a master's in manual therapy. Several of us at the practice have got acupuncture qualifications. We all have to do a basic level of about 25 hours a year training.
Oh, do you?
And
To
then the
update?
acupuncture we have to do several hours every 2 years to keep
Right.
progressing our skills,
To keep
updating, and
With what's been
absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Because we were talking about that, the staff at the practice, you've got a wide range of staff that deal with all different.
Yes.
Because a lot of practices are one person, but that's not the case.
No, there's a 6-man team at the moment. We're waiting for one to come back from maternity leave,
Oh,
hopefully, actually.
lovely.
So we work varying hours between
Okay.
us. But we're essentially musculoskeletal, so we're treating backs, necks, shoulders, that sort of thing, sports injuries. But one of our physiotherapists is a neurophysio, that's her background, which is a strength for us really, because if anything walks through the practice and they don't know what's going on with them, and we suspect it's not musculoskeletal,
Right.
we
You
can
can
refer to Marion, and she'll have an initial look and see if we need to refer on.
So that's good. So people could actually ring up, and then obviously your receptionist would book with one person, and they can be moved
They can.
to whoever
absolutely
suits them better.
Yeah.
And how do people normally get referred? Are you supported by GPs?
We're supported by GPs, as I say. We've been in the town for a lot of years, so a lot of the GPs know us, and the new incoming GPs hopefully get to know. There's a lot of liaison. We usually write to the GPs after we've treated a patient.
Okay.
And certainly.
So you would let their GP know what treatment
we
they've
always
had.
ask. We always ask the patient, "Is that okay?" Because sometimes that's so we'll ask, but most patients would prefer that. They like that communication.
Yes.
So we always write at discharge and say we've seen them, what we found, what we did, what the outcome was. Obviously, if they need sort of onward referral, we'd like them to see a consultant. We're writing to GPs in that instance as well.
Right.
And equally, a lot of us are sort of my age and older, so we know the consultants quite well at the hospital as well.
Of course, you get used to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you told me you used to work at Ipswich Hospital as well.
Yes.
So you've done hospital work.
Yes, they're all coming up for retirement now, but actually you do get to know, the younger consultants who are given us now. But
that's the thing.
Not all of us. We have got some young physios here as well. But
And Ipswich Town Football Club, you told me.
Yes, I did work for Ipswich Town Football Club in my early years. I used to do their touchline stuff. In my 20s, which was it was a very different area of physio. It's more sort of first AD really on the spot. But,
so instant sort of physio.
Yes, But people can come straight in off the street. So although we know our GPs and our consultants, they can just walk in and book an appointment, or ring up and book an appointment. They don't have to be referred.
So they could perhaps book an appointment for initial consultation for you to say whether you can help.
Yes, or whether we think something else would help them. So we're a good sort of front line in terms of just helping them understand what their problem might be and the best
Okay, and what's causing the problem, because that's best.
Yes,
Yeah. And what sort of age range do you deal with?
We have a huge age range here in Felixstowe. Because we do the sports injuries, we're often starting with 7-year-olds or what have you. And I think most of us have got children involved in sports, so we span, sort of the football and the rugby and the swimming and the cycling and the running and the netball. So we see the youngsters, we see an awful lot of the working population, we see the industrial injuries, we see the computer-related injuries, but obviously Felixstowe's got a high retirement population as well, so we see the active retired, the golfers, and I think we're quite well known at Felixstowe Golf Club.
Oh yeah. I think that's interesting. You just say computer related.
Yeah, it's a huge.
So even sitting still at work now, you can get.
Yes. Probably more so because the constrained, the sustained postures are often the ones that really put the load on the back. Whereas when you're moving through various postures, you don't always get the overloaded.
It's actually
skeletal. Yeah, absolutely. And actually more so because the more high tech everything gets, the less you have to move.
Of course, because everything's just in one place.
Years ago you'd have to go into the photocopying or but it's all just there.
Well, that's quite scary actually. So if there was obviously someone that had got an injury or felt that they'd been to the GP and was getting nowhere, they could come and see you because you were saying you do acupuncture as well.
Yeah,
so
we do.
There is
Yes,
we do.
There is, and one of my colleagues is really good on biomechanics, so she'll take casts of people's feet, make orthotics to go in their feet. So we see a lot of youngsters for that, a lot of elderly for that, as their arches drop, or they have that, so we can custom make those rather than get the shop bought. One size fits all. She will cast and look at that.
And people have to get to you. You don't go out to home.
We do domiciliary, actually. Yes, we do domiciliary.
Excellent.
Yes, so we have one physiotherapist
that will go out because if people are housebound,
absolutely, yes,
etc.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have people? How long normally? I mean, I know it's very difficult because I would imagine it depends on the injury or how long normally are people with you for?
I think if it's a really acute, no background kind of thing, we might see somebody 4 times, half dozen times, or even once. We can see somebody just once for advice, exercises,
give them something to take home.
Absolutely. Right. There are people that will come to see us forever because actually it's a maintenance kind of thing, and the consultants have kind of said, I can't do any more. There isn't an awful lot, and if we're giving them some relief, then they'll perhaps come and see us once every 6 weeks or what have you.
Right, so it'd be an ongoing thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Yes,
great. Now we were talking earlier. You have a website, but we think that it's being updated. It's been updated. So we're going to put details on our site for people to get in touch. I will give you the phone number if you want to ring Kate or anyone that works there. It's 01394 282 002. That will also go up on our site because it'll help you get in touch. It's really interesting to talk to you, Kate. I really appreciate coming on because I know you're busy. You've already seen someone this morning, haven't you? And you're going to rush back now. Rush back now. So we really appreciate it. But it's an excellent service being offered in Felixstowe from people that have been in the town for a long time, which I think makes a difference here, doesn't it? So thanks for coming along. I wish you all the luck. And if anybody does need to get in touch with Kate, you have any problems, Felixstowe Physiotherapy Practice, get in touch with here and we'll put you back. Thanks very much.